Hello FPL managers, welcome back to the channel. I am back with another team selection video. We've got the midweek games in Game Week 14 and of course there will be rotational risk as Premier League is back to back. I'll start things off with the team review of Game Week 13 first and then I'll talk about my transfer plan and the final team for Game Week 14. Before we kick things off, I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel and help me grow. Your support is much needed. You can also follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram where I post football edits, FPL picks and stats. Let's start things off with the points review first. A fantastic game week for my side as a total of 65 points gave me a huge rank boost. Ramsdale returned another clean sheet as he did some flying saves for his 7 points. The defense line was good too except for Cancelo who ended up conceding a late goal and also picked up a yellow card. Trent kept a clean sheet and assisted a goal too. On the other hand, playing Ben White turned out handy as he returned 6. Playing him alongside Ramsdale in the goal was a huge risk but worth taking. In my midfield, Salah and Jota were the two stars who returned double digits. Jota was so close to a hat-trick but let's settle for what he returned. Gray and Bowen returned a point each and Rafinha blanked 2 as he could only manage 3 out of which 2 were for featuring. The formation changed to 2 forwards as Burnley vs Spurs was postponed, so Gray did come in for Kane. It was a great fixture for Jimenez to return against a defensively weaker side but he blanked. Tony netted in the penalty and all that weight is now finally paying off. With a huge green arrow, the rank is now set on 50k in the world and on 124 in the country. This was my Game Week 13, hope you all had a tremendous Game Week too. Now let's look at the transfer plan for Game Week 14. As you guys saw, there is no Gallagher in my team yet, that is because I decided to roll the transfer because of the midweek rotations. Further, I now have some players that are to be transferred out sooner. Initially this week, I'll replace Ben White with another cheaper option as the fixtures aren't convincing enough to keep both Ben White and Ramsdale. I have 0.1 million in the bank, so selling off White, I can invest in a Crystal Palace defender who could be a great cheaper option or a Brentford defender like Charlie who'll cost me 3.9 million. But the problem with him is that he's not a guaranteed starter, so the best option to go for now is Mark from Crystal Palace. Given the set of fixtures and his attacking threat, he's a good cheaper option. He has 4 clean sheets under his tally and surprisingly has 2 goals too. He's on a scoring run as he scored a goal in Game Week 12 and Game Week 13 too. The other transfer, I roll it and use it later in Game Week 15 to get rid of Jimenez and Gray who are now having a bad run and have some tough fixtures ahead. Let's look at the final team for Game Week 14. Ramsdale will start in goal who has a tough fixture against Man United. Although he is fully capable of securing a clean sheet but that is not guaranteed. The new defender Mark comes in my side and he has a good fixture this week against Leeds who are not as good as they were last season. Trent faces Everton who are another side struggling this season. Brentford defeated them in Game Week 13. Cancelo has a tough fixture this Game Week 2 and that is against Aston Villa who have completely evolved under Steven Gerrard. Cancelo definitely has the capability to register attacking returns against any opposition. Moving on to the midfield, Salah and Jota are still in the midfield and Everton, like I said, is a side who is conceding goals and lacking the form. It is very likely that Salah and Jota would continue their form and return in double digits. Rafinha faces Crystal Palace at home. Both of the sides have been really unpredictable this season, but Crystal Palace still looks a better side than Leeds. They can still leak goals and Rafinha has the capability to threaten defenses. He has blanked in 2 back-to-back fixtures now, but still had some 2 good fixtures to return well. Bowen surprisingly was benched versus City, but that is at least a guarantee of him starting midweek. Brighton is a strong defensive side and talking about Bowen, he has been the most productive player for West Ham. The forward line starts with Tony who is finally returning and is paying off for all the patience. He has now scored in Game Week 12 and Game Week 13 too. This week he faces Spurs who are still struggling to find their form. They lost to Mura 2-1 in the Conference League. Speaking about the Conference League, Harry Kane did score a goal there and I hope he returns this week too against Brentford. He has the stats but has failed to find his lost form like he had every season. As for Jimenez, this is his last easy fixture and that is against Burnley. He has been scoring in pieces so hopefully he might return in this one too. The captaincy option would still rest with Mo Salah who is consistently returning good points. So this was my team selection prior to Game Week 14. You can let me know your suggestions below. Before you leave, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is it from my side. Thank you for watching.